Hey everybody, welcome back to Bonnie and Clyde Discuss. Today we have a really interesting topic. What happens when men stop simping? So 3 clips today, as we normally do, from TikTok that we'll be analysing, discussing, and going through, giving some advice. Ready?
Yeah.
Cool, let's get into it.
Men aren't obsessed with women anymore, and it's weird. These men are more into themselves.
You ever think that maybe, just maybe, they're not chasing anymore because there's not a lot worth the chasing? Because that's how I'm viewing it. There's not much out there. And I know that's how a lot of other men think as well. Back in the day when men used to chase females, it's because they were worth chasing. Now, times are different. Feminism fucking ruined everything, and it did. And it's not worth the time or the effort, resources. None of it. I could go into detail, but I'd probably get canceled and called a misogynist again, so I'll just leave it at this. If something is worth chasing, it would probably be chased.
So if we were to scroll down, we would probably find this guy was naked.
Yes.
Second time in 2 weeks that we've had to give that statement as well. So obviously he's talking about, are women worth, right? What happens when guys stop simping? Well, they find their value, they find their worth, but they also stop chasing to a certain degree. So did you have any points you want to start us off with?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because when we started this journey, this YouTube journey, I hadn't really understood the mindset of the modern man. And kind of like the man, the clip that started this clip off, women are not being chased by men and it's weird. That's what I thought. I was like, why? Why have we changed? And I don't know if it's so much that women aren't worth chasing anymore. And I understand that some women might not be worth chasing. But I think too, it's that our values have changed as we have evolved, as we move through time, through society. Our values have changed. Men chased women for family. Now they don't.
So what has been that change, right? Is it women or is it men? Because it's one of those two things.
Could it be both?
Possibly.
I think in history, men wanted women for, number one, to have their children. You know, they were expected to marry. Their families expected them to marry. They had to do it to carry on their name, their legacy, etc., etc. But as we have moved forward, men can be single. They can be the player. They can be with multiple women. They don't need to have one single woman, and they also don't need to chase women as much anymore because women don't necessarily need to be chased in that way.
So let's come back then. So who's changed? Because men have, you know, for the last 10, 15, 100,000 years, whatever human history's time span actually is, have been pretty even, right? We've tried to be the alpha male, right? That all the women want to be with and all the women want to chase and want to, you know, create babies and stuff like this, right? And the man's role is to provide shelter, accommodation, support, safety, all of these different things. And I feel like that's still continuing, right? That's still what women want. Women want somebody to provide for them. They want someone to be safe with. They still want that same person that's been the same over tens of thousands of years. But it's women in the last, let's say 50 years, maybe less, maybe more, but let's say 50, that have now decided actually that 100,000 years of evolution, I'm going to put that to one side, and I now want something different.
Yeah, because there's more opportunities for women. You know, maybe if a man was chasing a woman for family, and vice versa, women were also chasing men, so to speak, wanting a man, wanting to be with a husband so that they would be taken care of. But now there are plenty of house husbands because women have the opportunity to be the sharks and the head of household and things like that. So the dynamic is shifting as we move forward.
So what happens when men and women stop chasing each other?
The human race dies.
To a certain degree. Let's not go to that too far down that rabbit hole a little bit, right? But if women and guys stop chasing after each other and men start thinking a little bit like how women used to think of like, if I don't have a guy, I'll be alone, I'll be cats, right? And what if guys start thinking like that, right? So, if I don't get what I want, I'm just going to be happy. I'm going to be myself.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what's starting to happen now.
I think so.
We're happy now being our own shell. We don't have to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing huge amounts of women that are now getting lonelier and lonelier and more alone every kind of single day. And we're seeing a lot of the graphs going that women are having less partners and etc. So yeah, you can want whatever the hell you want from a woman's perspective, but men are kind of going from the evolutionary side of things and being who we've been for the last 10,000 years. It feels like women are saying, well, actually, you're not good enough, so I'm going to stay away until I'm 30, 35. Then I realize I need somebody, and those guys aren't available anymore.
And when you say stay away, you mean stay away from a stable, healthy relationship instead, and just want flings and
flings or just nothing, right? Some guys are quite happy going to the gym every day and looking after themselves, and maybe they go out with their friends at night, nothing more romantically. There are a lot of guys like that now.
Yeah, and I think it's more socially acceptable for men to live and die bachelors.
Yeah.
And it used to be that women could not do that. Now it's become socially acceptable that women can be asexual, or they can be just alone and with nothing, not necessarily that they need a man or, whatever. They can just be. And
Absolutely.
I think a lot of women revel in that.
I think you're right. Let's get on to the next clip. If you like the discussion and you've got anything to add, make sure you comment below on this one, because this is a hot topic, obviously. But let's get on to the next clip.
Stop simping for girls online that you will never meet. I'm actually trying to comprehend this idea right now, and it's hurting my brain. I saw this girl's live pop up on my For You page, and she was just sitting there eating fortune cookies. And I was interested to see how many viewers she had on this. I click in there, and there's 2,000 people in there. This is a 16-year-old girl, by the way, just sitting there eating fortune cookies with 2,000 people watching her, and literally every single other comment is, what's your IG? You're hot, you're a 10. IG, Snap, Instagram, phone number. What is the point of asking for a random girl's Instagram online? You will never, ever meet her. Not only is there already an infinite number of women on IG that you can look at, and that's a whole entire another issue that we're not going to talk about. But seriously, what is the thought process here? Like, I'm scrolling through TikTok, I see a girl live, I join her live with 2,000 people, I beg for her Instagram, maybe she gives it to me, and out of the 100 people that follow her, maybe she follows me back, and we start liking each other's pictures, and maybe she DMs me. Like, even if she thinks you're cute and follows you back and likes your pictures, what do you gain? You will not ever meet this woman. You're just wasting your time and wasting your energy.
Yeah. Okay, so this clip is more about, what happens when guys stop simping, but what happens when they keep simping?
Yeah, I think he's illustrating that men are still simping.
Oh, lots of us. Lots of men are still chasing tail. Like, that's the primary job. And yeah, that's prevalent. Like, the majority of men are trying to get women.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the minority of men are now, but it is increasing amount, through people like Jordan Peterson, Andrew Tate, these kind of alpha people are bringing the average male along for the ride to a certain degree.
The betas.
Yeah, the people that want to follow them, right? And that number is ever increasing. So this percentage is, I think, decreasing, if I remember the psychology metrics correct. The problem is that is 90-80% of men out there, right? So when you're going to Instagram and you see a pretty lady, right? Let's take a pretty lady and a pretty guy, or a handsome guy, whatever you want to define it as, right? But they look the same. The woman is going to have 10 times the amount of followers and commenters and likers and everything. And it will just be, as soon as she puts a picture of herself half naked, like, comment, you're beautiful, you're pretty, etc. Straight into the DMs. Give it 5 minutes and it'll be full, and she'll have no idea what to do with all of that amount of guy attention. The guy does the same thing, handful. Nowhere near the interactions.
Yeah.
And it's really, really pitiful sometimes, some of this stuff. It really can be. And it's like, OnlyFans exist because of these simp people that just want to give attention because they have received no attention.
Yeah.
Right? They don't know what to do with it. All they know is just how to give it. They've never received anything from themselves. And it's really sad. Sorry, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it almost makes me think about the fact that the world's oldest profession, which we know is sex working, is built upon this idea that men just kind of want a woman. It doesn't really matter what she looks like, whatever, but they want to feel satisfied in that way. And it has evolved into this simping on Instagram. Now, I've not experienced this. Well, okay, I say I haven't experienced this.
Oh, I haven't experienced this. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm not the person who will go on half-naked Instagram reels and whatever and post, so I don't know from that experience. My Instagram has always been private. But yeah, on dating sites, sure, I was flooded with lots of messages. But to be honest with you, until hearing your side, I used to think that men had it so much easier. There are so many more women around. Women are pretty. You can just take your pick. But I think that lends more power to men than you all actually have.
Yeah, I think you're right, and it's been useful to take you down this journey with me and see how the other side live, because you thought it was just so easy to be a woman. and now the reality is kind of crushing into you.
Like Karen in the boat. Where are the gold pieces on my eyes? Take me to Elysium Fields.
And on that reference note, let's get on to the next clip, shall we?
Yeah.
If you've made it this far, make sure you stick around for this last clip. It's really a good one. I like it. But make sure you comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff as well. But let's get into the next clip.
So I'm telling him they put it face down because technically it's not my business how much the bill is.
That shit is definitely your business, bro.
It's my business.
You need to know how much, because see, listen, bring it face up, because this how much pussy you gotta give me.
He cold.
All right, if you miss this next one, I won't talk to you for a whole week.
So we're cheating this time. We're getting 2 clips for the price of one on this one. But the first clip, yeah, check down. I've never heard that actually.
Me neither.
You always check the check.
I always want to look at
it.
how much you're spending on me.
How much I'm not spending on that Chick-fil-A, that $20.
$40,
40 bucks,
Mr. Stomach.
Hey, you got to get a burger, you got to get a shake, you got to get
you
select,
don't.
you got to whatever
You
these things are.
actually, you can get a kid's meal.
You can't get a kid's
I look 12.
I feel like we're going off on a tangent.
Yeah.
All right, so the check comes down face first. Never seen that before. And the guy's like, you better check it because I'm getting something out of this one.
It's so transactional. You should just be enjoying her company.
That man is
free.
never getting a free meal from her ever again. Ever.
She's never getting a free meal from him.
But I think that they're dating. Like, that's where my mindset was. That's obviously not a first date.
Yeah, it
'cause-
wasn't malicious.
No,
his reaction was not
She picked up the
malicious.
phone and was like just laughing. So he's obviously done this like a few times. Like this is the kind of guy that just, goes to the restaurant and just, finds laughter in everything he can do. These types of things, right? It just
I
doesn't.
hope that's true.
I hope that's true. But I really like his kind of personality and stuff. But he is definitely not no simp. He is getting something that night.
Yeah. She has to pay the tax.
She's got to pay the tax. And then the second clip, which is my favourite, actually, out of both of those, it's like...
Never make those types of bets with a man. Don't do it.
You don't make this shot.
Do not make that bet.
Do not make that bet.
No bet.
That guy could not have kicked it any harder if he wanted to.
How rude. How very, very rude. It doesn't matter if you don't make the shot. We're still going to talk at you. And notice I said talk at you, not to you.
No? Okay, so you're going to get angry and angrier.
No.
Yes.
In fact, I am calm.
You're going to get calm, are you?
Yeah.
Do you think that woman was calm after that?
Rip. Rest in peace.
That's it. 2 examples of not giving any crap there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like it. Anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the first clip was interesting in that we had the perspective of a man who thinks, hey, women aren't worth chasing. And then we have the second clip that's really identifying the fact that men are still simping. And then the third clip of like, I don't give a damn. What a range.
What a range. Now, personally, I would like to go for that third one.
Yeah,
right?
you would.
Well, if you're going to have fun in life, make sure you have fun. You pull a chain every now and again. Well, which one would you be?
I think I would probably be, I mean, obviously, if you buy me dinner, I know I have to pay the tax.
You got to pay the tax. Absolutely. Yeah. Cool. Well, hopefully you made it this far. I hope you liked. Make sure you subscribe. Give us a comment below if you've got any discussion points. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.